That is a poster right there. That is a wallpaper. Yeah,
In
exactly.
crimson
I
they
know.
began,
I know.
and
It
in
does sound
crimson it
Soviet.
ended.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were free. But what is freedom, really?
Yeah. There were so many nations. It's just funny that, oh my gosh. Credits. Credits are happening. So, okay. I'll do what I normally do when credits start rolling, and I'll give a quick review of my experience with Stormblood. This was the least favorite expansion I've ever played, as well as
free to live,
worse than I think the
love,
ARR base game.
to grow old.
You tell they had a bigger budget.
To have dreams and
fights
desires,
were a lot more cinematic.
And to strive for them.
I feel like there was a lot less content than Heavensward as the expansion.
But in the end,
Heavensward was a deeply personal sort of expansion for me. I got really into the characters and stories. And ARR, you could tell there was so much love put into the whole land, and there were so many small stories being told in ARR. This story told two stories of two different rebellions, and it felt like they randomly threw the Doma story in the middle. Almost like they wanted to tell two different stories at the same time. It just seemed very jumbled. If they would have focused on the deep internal individual conflicts between each of them, I would have liked it. But they didn't. It was generic pandering, and the motivations of the characters didn't make sense either.
I won't give up, Papalimo.
Lise, for example, awesome character. Found out a little bit about her, but for some reason she left the Almigo Resistance to swear loyalty to random tribes that she finds in Doma, potentially not leaving there. I don't know the timeline for these things, but did she leave for several months, years, probably a couple weeks? It didn't make any sense to me, the whhole Doma story. And I loved it because I love everything Japanese themed. Kugane was great. The steppes were a very relaxing place. I love the music, especially at nighttime. It was such a relaxing place. The music was done so well. So music's done well. The trials were cinematic. There weren't very many of them, though.
And the
We
blood.
did like 2 trials so far in the base story.
Screams.
It just didn't feel like a lot of content, and the story didn't make sense at all. And also the motivations were, they were countering platitudes with platitudes. So the not Galbadians, but what are they called? The Garmelan army. Xenos' Imperial army. Whatever, that was led by kind of platitudes. But whatever, so were the resistance forces. So I didn't get a good sense of like a very powerful story being told. I gotta say this. I think Stormblood's main story quest very weak in terms of emotional pull as well. They killed Gosetsu with Doma Tower collapsing. That was the only person I really connected with, because he'd been fighting for freedom for 25 years. He'd seen all this stuff. He was a more interesting and well-built character. You're first introduced to him when he arrives in Horizon and collapses. But it was. I was really sad to lose him. Conrad, I kind of saw it coming, but those deaths, though, I felt really bad for the what's her name, the lady who used to work in a brothel and then got taken under Xenos' wing and started commanding. She was like the sadist or whatever. Dude, I felt a lot of empathy for her, to be honest. I felt like they killed some good characters that they could have fleshed out more. Maybe she survived during the castle collapsing. Maybe I'll see in the post MSQ stories. But right now, the deaths felt more forced. Gosetsu, I definitely got a little emotional about. I felt like Lisa's motivations were kind of shallow. I felt like the interactions with some of the different liberation groups were shallow. You could tell they had a big like dream for Stormblood. I got the feeling that they were picturing, hey, we're gonna liberate like 8 different places. The turtles underwater, the 3 fighting tribes in Doma, and we're gonna bring in Ishgard at the end, and we're gonna bring in all the Eorzean Alliance, and we're gonna talk about the Almigo Resistance and connect with them and the new generation that's not gonna buy into the Resistance. I felt like they had this grand kind of scale. But they tried to tell it too short. This is an example of where brevity killed it. And it wasn't that extending the MSQ would have helped. I think the maps shouldn't be as big. You didn't need so many deserts, empty lands to travel. I just think they could have told a better story. The writing could have been better. Honestly, I'm going to give this either a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I know I gave Heavensward a 9.5 and almost gave it a 10, but I hear Shadowbringers is good and some other ones are good. So whatever, I gave Heavensward a 9.5, even though I felt it should have been a 10. But I gave it a 9.5. Gave ARR, A Realm Reborn, an 8.5. So between 8.5 and a 9 out of 10. This I'm going to have to give like a 7.5 or an 8. I almost feel like any content would be better than this. Like they could have told any blank content. I'm just gonna give it a 7.5, not even an 8. I'm sorry. Production value is better. Some of the characters were interesting. Yuri was awesome, but didn't say much. And yeah. I'm just looking around at all the different characters. I like the personality in the writing, but the depth wasn't there to actually justify the sorts of treaties that they were making. And it all seemed like hollow, liberty or death. Free Alamigo. Come on, it's like their chants are the chants were the most in-depth ideas that they had. And there's Gosatsu. Yeah, I was really sad when that character died along with the snake lady who shot him. Yeah, her. Oh my gosh. She's the best villain. She's obviously the best villain that this game's come up with. She has a backstory, she has personality, she has internal conflict, she has her own thoughts, she has her own quirks. She had a lot of personality. The brute behind her didn't have any of that. But I really wish that she wouldn't have died in the tower collapsing. When we reached her, we didn't even get a fight. We reached her, we had some dialogue, then the tower collapsed. And that's it. Which was really sad. You know that the expansion's bad? Oh, yeah, streams. Oh, cool. Oh, certainly. Yeah, I always review my experience when the credits roll. But yeah, I recommend Final Fantasy XIV's story. Maybe I just expected so much because of how good Heavensward was and ARR was. So I came into this expecting, the same great quality of Heavensward, and it didn't quite live up. The music was beautiful, though. I hear the music's beautiful in Shadowbringers too. I cannot wait for Shadowbringers. I've honestly streamed 20 hours just since Friday, so I'm gonna have to take a little break this coming week and finish some real life stuff before streaming maybe next weekend. But I'll try to get through it as quick as possible. There's Susanoo. What a fun fight. Again, the trials, which there were very few of. I think there were only 2 or 3 trials. The trials were fun. The trials were excellent. The dungeons were good, but it didn't seem like a lot of content. It really felt like compared to the amount of the previous expansions. So thank you so much, Car Television. Thank you so much. some things I always say. I thought they might have killed her for a brief second in the story. I think she has a really cool sword. They're definitely making her a tougher character than ARR, certainly. But Uzugiri, I like Uzugiri a lot. She didn't say much, but she was a consistent character. I like her glam too. It's like half chainmail, half armor, or half like non-chainmail armor. But yeah, getting to fight with her against Xenos was a highlight. When they were kind of showing how strong Xenos is in that village early on. We got the mole leader. She was kind of bland. I didn't actually like the mole leader that much. She's kind of just like a milksop. She's kind of there. Anyway, so that is my. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Well, here's the song that I really like. I was thinking of buying a Bawu and practicing. Not saying that the Bawu could do what this flute does, but the Bawu I could practice. It's one of those, it's easy to learn, difficult to master instruments. And with the Bawu I could play some of these, more Chinese influenced traditional songs. So Bawu is awesome. Oh, of course, it was 12 months ago. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're excellent. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, there were lots of characters. He had a lot of development. Maybe it was better than I expected. I feel like it's going to grow on me. She was an awesome character. She was a good leader. She was one of the few characters I liked, besides the evil Yosetsu or something. So, the sadistic right hand of Xenos. Here's Yugiri again. But yeah, no, that's Doma Tower probably. No, this is before Doma Tower. You see Gosetsu behind her. But anyway, so just to wrap this all up again, wonderful, beautiful music, good setting. I think it was a little too broad of a landscape, though. I think they could have shortened the distance between Aetherites. Lord Hien didn't make sense to me because he's supposed to have been around for like 25 years fighting. And he's well known, but he looks like he's in his 20s. He doesn't look like he's more than 25 years old. But thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I will end this, I haven't been doing it recently, but I've kind of said all that I want to say at this point in Stormblood. So I'm going to stick with a 7.5. Between 7.5, borderline 8. Just because of how good Heaven's Sword was and ARR was. And how good I'm anticipating Shadowbringers to be. But, thank you so much for joining. And I hope to see you soon. Oh, alright, let's see what happens. Does an Ascian show up? Maybe. It's probably an Ascian. No, it's a Stinian. Alright, yeah, so we haven't sold the Stinian, and
well.
Nidhogg's in his
what a
lance.
fine mess we've made.
So we got the Nidhogg sword, or lance. What?
All but spent feeding that primal, eh? Well, you won't be making any mischief with that amount of ether. Still, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, Stinian's gonna finally... So he found out the way to kill them, maybe. So the way to kill them is to have the primal use them up, and then to squish them with the lance. Alright, Stinian, what's going on?
There ends your hateful legacy.
See, that's what we should have done when we were on that bridge instead of throwing them in the abyss in Heavensward. It's exactly what should have happened. I don't know why it didn't. Anyway, good job, Stinging. I just realized that the Royal Menagerie thing was probably the thing that was sealed for Omega. It's over. Varys? Is this the Shogunite or something? My condolences for your loss. The father should never outlive his son. So Xenos was his son. What nonsense. This is Varys. And an Ascian, of course. Do you not mourn his loss? But it's a white Ascian, not a black Ascian. You surprised with your radiance. Use your son, blah blah blah. Monsters not for thrones. Your stars made to sustain false gods, yes. Should you raise a hand against my black robe brethren? I will not stop you. Our desires are one the same, preservation, restoration. So that seems like they're pretty good people, actually. They want to preserve and restore stuff. Compression, resurrection, all service through one true God. Alright. So we get a little bit of story. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will, your radiance. You will come to trust me in time until then perhaps you'll find this reassuring. It's about the Warrior of Light. It might be about the Warrior of Light. Warrior of Light? Not about Warrior of Light? Oh, face reveal. Hashtag face the Ascians. How dare you show your face? Oh, what? His face is looking like his son. That's probably what it is. He's probably looking like Xenos. Yeah, so the Ascian's probably like looking like his son or something. Anyway. Alright. There's a gear. Alright, let's finish Stormblood out. Warrior of Light. Led them to victory. What do you say, Nago? Oh yeah, we beat the bastards, yeah. Amigo. Bugger not again, you know. What do you think, Raban? Did Moon do a good job? Let's see, Hero of the Hour. Alright. We'll become 2 somethings. And we're speaking finally with Lise. Let's see. Finished your rounds, yes. No, I don't fear a rematch. Come with me back to Rogger's Reach. There's that one person. Da da da. Hey. This is the ending. So this is the epilogue to the credits. I'll let it roll in case it suddenly swings my 7.5
We've been through
to
a
10.
lot together, haven't we? I can't thank you enough. There's something I need to say to you all.
When I have a moment. I hate each and every one of you. I would slap you if I could. Oh no, that was just waving your hand by. Ishtola, there we go.
Good. Your all thank you doesn't really suffice, does it?
No. No, it doesn't.
But I know you didn't fight so hard just to hear me or anyone else say that. Now, I'm obviously a scion, but as
Yeah, that's right.
When I put it like that, though, I realize... As long as I serve Alamigo, I can't be a scion.
Oh no, we lost his
It might
son.
be selfish and short-sighted.
Hey, that's alright. You become president of a nation. Leader of a nation instead of a scion.
Am I to understand that you summoned us all, some of us still nursing wounds, to hear...
Oh, I...
Forgive me, Lise. 'Twas but...
Oh, I didn't see any joke in that. Your eyes are like cold gray. You don't have a soul anymore. You were pulled back from the ether. Maybe you're an Ascian.
But this I say with the
I'm
utmost
just kidding.
sincerity. Scion or no, we are comrades.
Comrades. I know, I heard that
Is that
anthem.
not so?
It sounded like a Soviet anthem. Alright, comrade Ishtola. Hey. Yes, we're still friends.
There you have it. Come what may, you may...
Count on us in the hour of need. Oh no, she's gonna
Ishtola.
cry. At least someone's crying.
gods. I swore I wouldn't cry.
Unless there's like a surprise death scene right now, I'm not gonna cry. But if suddenly like Estinian's spear like gets thrown like through Lys or something, and he's like, ha ha ha, you challenged Nidhogg's spear. Alright, yeah, feel good. Yay, you still have friends, even though you changed your job. You get it, you can still eat lunches with them in the same cafeteria. You moved departments. Whoa, oh. What's up? What's up? Oh, you caught a fishy. Yeah.
Come back here, you slippery little devil.
No, Rosatsu, you're kidding me. Alright. It stays a 7 out of 5. Alright. Man, I thought
What
there was a
greater
meaningful
proof
death.
of a man's lingering mortality than an
A fate worse than death, huh?
Oh, capricious fortune.
Yes! No meaningful deaths, except for Conrad. No meaningful deaths, then. I mean, I'm guessing she's still alive. I'm guessing Gosetsu's not just, like, holding on to the body or something. Alright. Hey. We got some story prog going on. Alright, we got the Abyss. And what's Sid doing this whole time? He was missing in action for so long. It's either Shinru or Omega. Yeah, I don't know what's rating you that energy. Is it Estinian? I don't know. Might be Omega. I don't know. There's a say I have no choice but to divert company resources in pet projects. Blow it up, seal it away. See that? Brought in a consultant, a master engineer. Is it who I think it is? Yeah, Nero or whoever. He always comes in with the glam. It's not Estinian, is it? Oh, it's gotta be like Nero. Come down, this is the expectation so high, less dramatic, less fast. It's Nero, that's it. Absolutely not, this is happening. Alright, we're all looking, it's, yeah. Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer shows up. Yeah, Nero, sorry. Tolskeva. Alright, yeah, I think he'd be a good consultant. He just shows up, says stuff, and then leaves. But look at that glam. He obviously did the, got to level 25 in the PvP. So fell the hunter, but what of the hound? So was the children, but what of the something? The blood of storms. Stormblood. Alright. I think we finished. Mount speed goes up. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it quits right after just
Come
hearing
to see
this.
how we're getting on.
We made it. We made it past
We've made
Stormblood.
good progress since we took back Alamigo.
Now we're just on the post
There's
queue.
one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we got no
hydrate.
one like
Thank
that.
you so much for the hydrate. I'll definitely drink water.
Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Yeah, I remember Theodoric.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
New way forward.
For the time being, we're just going to have to...
We're gonna have
But
to
if
use
that-
the Alliance for support.
The
Alright, we're
Aye,
gonna
aye.
check with Nago. Aye, aye, Commander. Take care. Take care. Alright.
Don't worry,
I shouldn't have started this quest. I meant to end the stream, but I will read the event, and we're going to begin this later. Not right now.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested, after
The spot of adventure, yes, certainly.
after
I'll do my
routing the
iconic
Imperials and
nod.
liberating
Nod.
Alamigo, I reckon we...
Returning to our roots, yep.
So,
Have a good night. Yeah, car television. Definitely have a good night. I'm about to end it right after this cutscene. Alright, let's see where we are. Alright, we accept the next quest. We will begin streaming the post-Stormblood MSQ quests shortly. But right now we're in Ralger's Reach, and we will begin doing this later. So, thank you all for joining for this wonderful journey. Really happy that we're getting further in it. Everyone's great. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll talk to you later.